Hi there, folks. Voicing over this time. Today I worked a bit on some steps in our dry creek slope. Mainly, the idea is to make easier access for the small kids, and we have lots of those visiting and playing in the dry creek all the time. And when it's wet, going up the slope can be difficult. So I decided to make it easier for the kids. On the other side of the slope, behind my back, I have already made a number of steps several years ago, and as they are as rustic and as low budget as they come, they start to naturally deteriorate and compost in place and become again part of the system. So I had to do some maintenance there, and I had some materials left over, so I decided to continue working on the opposite slope. The stakes which I am driving in the soil are black locust. It was harvested last year, a coppiced tree. The upper parts were used as kindling, and the lower stems I stored in a dry location so they dry better. The edges are sharpened to be easier to be driven in the ground. Those are coppiced black locust trees, which are 4 to 6 years old, coming from our side, and they will of course regrow, and in another 6 years we'll have another set of stakes to use for this project or other similar ones. I really like this aspect that all the materials which are used are coming from our side, and they are regenerative. As they are getting composted back into the soil, they are also regrowing. For the horizontal pieces, I use mainly elm, which grows abundantly from root suckers here, but because of the Dutch elm disease does not live to an old age, I'm actually thinning out the natural stands, which tend to grow very bushy and thick. So even that little action of harvesting some sticks allows the rest of the trees to reach larger size. The kids enjoyed walking around and helping me carry sticks and use their tiny feet to trample the soil which I was digging for each of the steps. And we managed to make 4 steps before I ran out of black locust stakes. So this will be an ongoing project. Here in the end, I'm putting a photo of the finished steps so far, and I also added a few twigs on the left side to discourage the toddler from climbing from that location, like a very simple and crude wattle. And this is a photo of the other side of the dry creek, the steps which are in use for several years now, and which I fixed a bit today by replacing some of the stakes and some of the horizontal sticks as well. So that was all for today, and I'll see you in the next one.